Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Money Info Show, normally heard at this time, will not be heard today. Welcome to the Food Channel. Oh my goodness. Mike and Charles, I know you guys are here, but oh my. Holy smokes. Hey guys.
Hey, what do you say?
Yes,
Greg?
good morning.
It's welcome to the Food Channel here, guys.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah, it's actually
Looks good.
yeah, a lot better here than it is in the market this morning, right? Oh
the
my.
market's not so bad.
There you
It's
go.
Down 40, and this is fairly common when you have the kind of stuff sitting on the sidelines that we do right now.
Well, we got to welcome to our studio, and actually, this is the first time we've had a studio guest in the 8 years that we've done this show, Mike. And Ghazi Hodge, who is the CEO of a company called GRILLiT. And good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Well, we're doing great. We're doing a lot better than Mike and Charles are at this point in time. They're only watching on television.
Me hungry just to see it.
Well,
Hey, Greg, why don't you tell people how they can see what's going on?
it's very simple. Google Chrome or Firefox is probably the best way to see us, and that's WPSLTV.com, WPSLTV.com, and you'll get us. And, of course, we're recording this, and we will be sending this to Michael and then also sending it to YouTube as well. So, and obviously, needless to say, the folks here at GRILLiT, you can put it on your website, put it on your Facebook page, you name it, you got it.
Of course, we will do so. Of course, I'm with Ruben Gonzalez, one of the founder for GRILLiT. And, of course, as you see in the camera, Ruben preparing or assembling some of the platters we brought in.
Wow.
And sorry, folks, you're not here. But
Well, if you're driving in the area, stop by. Oh my, it's unbelievable what you have. Well, exactly. Tell us a little bit about your company, guys, because all I see here is natural stuff. I mean, this is it's amazing when I look around, and everything is totally either natural or organic. That's for sure.
yeah, I'm gonna have Ruben walk you through some of the menu.
Yeah.
And I'll come back a little bit later, kind of work with you on actually the brand and our vision, how we're gonna move forward with this
That's
thing.
great.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Ruben, take us through this. I mean, we're looking at some absolutely amazing stuff, and the folks watching on television, let's see, it would be your camera left, I guess. The yellow rice, this almost looks like Cuban rice in a way.
Almost. It's a Latin mix of natural spices and herbs.
Uh-huh.
Of course, we brought them in catering trays. So here they come in the bowls or in wraps or on top of a salad.
Uh-huh.
This is basically the rice bowl, which is yellow rice, chicken, lettuce, tomato, and then we have our sauces that we make fresh every day at the store.
Uh-huh.
When I mean fresh, I say fresh. Nothing is bottled.
Yeah.
We have a garlic cilantro sauce, we have a curry mustard, we have a tomato salsa, and we have one that's called the GRILLiT salsa. GRILLiT salsa is a blend that I created of parsley, cilantro with onions, tomato, key lime, jalapeno, and a little bit of olive oil.
And these are the sauces here. Let's see. How would I do this? For the camera. Yeah. I can do this. Okay. Stand up here like that. Okay. So the salsas are.
The garlic cilantro,
Yep.
curry mustard, and the GRILLiT salsa I brought today.
Cool.
And they're all made fresh every day at the store, from scratch. We also, the chicken's always fresh, never frozen. We only either grill or bake. No frying, no microwaves, nothing like that.
Okay. Well, now the question comes to mind. Yeah, you obviously have been talking to Mike and Charles about growing the company and going national. And I know you're opening a store. You're already in Nashville, right?
Yes, we are. We are in Nashville. The store has been open for a couple of months.
And Louisville's coming, right?
Louisville coming is around the corner. We're looking good. We're going through our final inspection this week, and we're looking to open the third week of October. And so we're pretty excited with that location, as well as we just got the lease for downtown Louisville, and we're really looking good for that one, for hopefully for the first quarter of next year.
That's great. That's awesome. Okay, so now obviously all of this is fresh. How can you maintain that when you're talking about, say, a national operation like you intend to have?
Well, we basically we have a very basic menu, a very basic preparation menu where our cooks are very easy to maintain. But we have the mix. Really, the mix will manufacture in Tampa. We have 6 products where basically to maintain our consistency in the menu, our marination, as well as our seasoning for our steaks, our beans, and everything else we do. So basically, we took the thinking out of it, and we simplify it where people just can take a measuring cup and do one of this, one of that, and just continue to do what you need to do. So really, the consistency is pretty important in what we're looking for in this concept. And that's what we had accomplished with our partners, Flaco, out of Tampa, is basically create all the recipes, the basic recipes, and the ingredients for what we do. Everything's MSG free, everything is gluten free, and we're really into a new area where not a lot of restaurants can claim that, and we are, and we will at some point. Hopefully before the end of the month, we will claim that we are practically 100% MSG free, and we're close to about 82% the gluten-free concept.
Well, and that seems to be what we're hearing a lot. Obviously, we're all becoming a little bit more health conscious. Even us boomers are becoming a little bit more health conscious. Maybe a little late, but hey, But that seems to be important. I mean,
it's critical to really continue the health aspect of our concept, irrelevant of the age. You eat better, you live better. And I'm gonna have Ruben just kind of pipe in and talk a little bit about really the freshness of everything we do on a daily basis. And Ruben, I'm just gonna walk the folks into the rices and of course our dressing.
Yeah, like I said, we do everything fresh. When we went to Flaco to create the recipe I had in mind, I personally went over there, and a lot of places they send you samples of what they want you to do once you tell them the products. They actually worked with me, and we did it fresh, and no MSG, no byproducts. Everything, all the marinades are either done with natural citrus juices, and then like all the spices are done with natural spices. No fillers, nothing like that. Basically, we have a rice mix for the yellow rice. Apart from the coloring, we have also spices that are put in to give it our own taste. Our taste profile is second to nobody in business right now. Not the Chipotle's, not anybody out there has this taste profile. I've been in the business a long time.
Okay, back up. What is a taste profile?
The taste of our food, when you put everything together, the salsas and the marinations, once they marinate the chicken, once it comes all together after you grill it and you serve it, it enhances all the flavors. Our sauces does not overtake the flavor of the food like a lot of places give you salsas that when you put in, all you taste is the sauce, you don't taste the food.
Sure.
Our sauces, the way I created it, enhances the flavor of all the food, the rice, the chicken, the steak,
Greg, can you up
the
the
noodles, it
volume
all
on
comes
Ruben
up.
a little?
Yeah. Yes, we can, as a matter of fact.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, as Ruben had mentioned, we have a great relationship with Flaco, and they're amazing partners, and really that's really what we gearing for. We gave them the basic recipes, of course, and they created something that unique in the industry where we'll be able to duplicate anywhere, and not just domestically but internationally. So the vision we have is really moving the concept from where we at to really multiple franchise as well as international franchise. So this is the vision where all the founders of the company, including our investors, including the folks who really create the basic ingredients, and our partners, main partners, to really moving forward. So really everything we do is very basics. We created this thing as to create consistency and multiple really choices for our consumers, from the basic chicken to vegetarian to vegan, as well as to really the people who really want to indulge into the steak business, which is really a separate thing. We created to be consistent. We created the steak seasoning, which is we really marinate our steaks and cook it for well over 12 hours, which is all the marination, and then of course we trim it and we create it for our consumer. By the time the consumer get his product, is really there's no fat in it. It's just all piece of steak where they can enjoy eating. They don't have to worry about it.
Ruben, when did you guys come up with this concept? Because I mean, it's just I've never really seen anything quite like this, especially when you're talking the vegan as well. I mean, that's like a whole different animal. What you guys are doing.
Well, this recipe has been with me since I learned how to cook, and I just kept up with the times as I went through. And when I got an opportunity to present to the guys and the investors, they actually came over to my house and we cooked, and they were blown away with the taste for good reasons. Healthy can taste good, and not only good for you, but it should taste good, and you can eat it all the time. I basically, what you have here is what it's been in my family and in my backyard, in the trees, or my mom used to have a little salad place, for herbs and stuff. So I don't believe in things coming out of a bottle with MSG. You're just cutting your life, and you can eat good, not only good but great, healthy, and not expensive.
Now, where is your family from?
My father's from Spain, my mother's from Cuba.
Okay.
That's where the mix, and I've been here since I was 6, so I think in English first, but I have the recipes of my.
Okay,
my culture.
so now this recipe came from where? From Cuba
It's from between the Caribbean, from Cuba, and my father's Spanish touch and my American taste buds. Put it all
This is
three
very
together.
cool. This
Yeah.
it's really it's cool.
Hey, that's why we end up at the end of the day, after really going through international things. Of course, from my background, definitely our investor, Mr. Khan's background, multiple, like almost United Nations. And we decided to really, our main vision is the Latin Caribbean fusion in our product. So everything we do today is have a Latin Caribbean fusion in what we do. Basically a marinated product, where start from the basic recipe we created in the back on a grill to really our manufacturer. So really the vision is, again, and the brand is the Latin Caribbean fusion, then that's where we're really moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Our menu today basically started with almost 10% about 4 months ago. Right now we're almost 50 or 55% into Latin fusion concept. So we're really moving into that arena, which is very, very few players are playing right now.
Boy, that's amazing. And I know that obviously you're from South Florida, so you obviously want to grow the company in Florida. But are you looking up the eastern seaboard as well, say the Carolinas or Jersey, New York? This seems like this would be a natural in your big northeastern cities.
Of course, we as we had spoken previously, we have really a franchise program where it can grow anywhere. We have a master franchise already sold in 9 states. The Carolina, which one of them? North Carolina. We have a master franchise, as well as New Jersey. So we're really looking forward to grow the concept in Jersey, of course, North Carolina, and the Southeast region, Tennessee, Atlanta, as well as Florida. So we're really moving into the franchise aspect of this business, and of course the master franchise outside the United States. We only have 9 states sold, 9 markets sold, but we have the rest of the country is open. And we have on the board to commitment from our master franchise to open 58 restaurants in the next 5 years.
Wow.
In the 9 markets we have, including the Carolinas.
That's great. That's amazing. Well, you know, coming from Los Angeles, I mean, I could see, especially, you know, when you start talking the vegetarian, vegan, stuff like that, in a college neighborhood, say like out by UCLA or even where USC is, I could see something like this just exploding in that university atmosphere.
We're really looking forward for, because we do have an untracked concept basically designed for Turnpike Plaza, airports, university, hospitals, which is square footage 450, below a little bit under 450 square foot, for really those kind of concepts, continuing with the health aspect of our business. And that's what we see. We were testing actually today in our Miami location the vegan Quinoa plates, which is have the quinoa and lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, red pepper, green pepper. It's amazing. We just started like less than 2-3 weeks ago. It's just taking off right now. It's an amazing flavor. Calories below, I think it's around 350 calories per platter. So of course, as Ruben had mentioned earlier, we're trying to move into MSG free and almost 80 to 85% gluten-free in our menu, but we're not trying to propose that till we get our, certification in place from our vendor and distributors.
You mentioned an investor by the name of Khan. That's not the same one that owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, is it?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Well,
No, I'm just
curious.
joking. No.
I was just curious because
No.
I mean, yeah, because he'll take it to London with him. You know, I mean, yeah, I was just.
Our investor
So,
is
Greg.
probably more than just London.
Yeah,
Our Mr. Khan is an amazing individual, and we really appreciate his participation in this program.
Cool. Charles,
Greg,
you
I
have
have
a
2
question.
questions.
Yep, go ahead,
I have
Charles.
2 questions. Number 1, now that it's been sitting there and you've been nibbling on it, how is it?
Well, you know, I haven't had a chance to have any yet. The whole staff has.
Okay,
I've
well,
been on the air.
I'll ask Ghazi and Ruben a question, and you can try something.
Oh, there you go.
Guys, what does MSG actually add to any food? I mean, I know that MSG free is a better situation, but what is MSG really used for?
MSG used as a preservative for product in can. Product could sit on the shelf for many years for expiration dates, and the reason we're moving away from that product, we want to try to stay fresh. And even though we use some canned product, but those canned products are really basically no preservative in them. So
Right.
shorter shelf life. And eat better, live better is basic.
I mean, is it a flavoring agent at all?
It doesn't have a flavoring, but it does have a lot of side effects. I personally,
Headaches.
big
It
headaches.
gives me a headache.
Yes, big headaches. It just messes with your immune system. High blood pressure. My sisters actually can't eat MSG, so that's how it's my older sister. I'm the youngest, believe it or not. That's how in my household we started eating natural because of her. She was allergic to anything with MSG when she was young, which I was an infant, and that's how all these recipes produced naturally in the backyard.
I just want to make a point. We're not ready to make that claim, so please, we are doing our homework, but we're moving in that direction. So pretty important that
Right.
Ruben at the moving in that direction, but we're not at that stage to claim it. So thank you.
Okay.
A wonderful light taste.
Oh, there you go.
And it's
You have the
wow. Yeah, it's now starting to hit. Now it's South Florida. Okay.
You got the noodle bowl there with the steak,
Yes.
tomatoes, cheese, our garlic cilantro sauce, and our GRILLiT salsa, which is a blend of, I told you, the parsley, cilantro, red onions, tomato, key lime, and a little bit of jalapeno and olive oil.
It is amazing. I mean, the the warm taste, but it's not hot. If anybody gets my drift there, the beef is just incredible. And there again, that's what you were talking about, Ghazi, as far as cooking that beef. What, up to 12 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we bake it overnight at low temperatures for about 10 to 12 hours. It's all in Angus beef, and then we cut it into steak rings, about 5.5 ounces, and then we chop it.
Wow.
Yeah, there's another company. We don't have any here in the Boston area, but has been advertising on TV the fact that they cook or smoke their brisket for 12 or 15 hours, and how much more tender it is. And so that's clearly a big plus.
The key to this thing is really the basic ingredient. The cooking is really a technique, definitely, but the seasoning is where it starts. And to maintain consistency, not just in our corporate location, our franchise location, we had created with our partner Flaco in Tampa is the seasoning of the steak. So
Right. Well, it sounded when you were describing it, a cup of this, a cup of that. It sounds like you've pretty well standardized it and made it, foolproof as far as, consistency across all of the different restaurants that will be using it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I mean, from day one, when we built the concept, our intention to build, 1,000 stores. I mean, that's a dream. That's a pipe dream for of course, our investors, Ruben and I, and everybody in between. But what we had created beside the process we have in place is duplication and shipping. And all our products are basically dry shelf shipping, and to maintain the cost effectiveness as it goes in the United States or as well as internationally. And that's how we can relate all this concept back to the franchising. When we franchise through a master franchise or multiple owners, is we created a vision where we can ship this product anywhere in the United States or internationally for very little money, so they can maintain return on investment when they do build the restaurant. Very, very unique. It took us a while to build it, but we're here. We invested. I just want to take a step back. We invested a lot of money before we opened our first restaurant in June of 2011. Starting from a backyard, a grill, a home. You just heard the stories, and to take it to our executive chefs and to our professional companies in Vancouver, actually in Tokyo, as well as Michigan and Chicago, to help us envision this concept, where we're going to be 5 years, 10 years from today. So it was on paper in 2010 before we even signed a first lease. So realistically speaking, we were building a concept and a vision before our first lease was signed. And that's why the whole concept is today is a cutting edge, is a Latin Caribbean fusion incentive with, of course, all the marinations controlled, all the seasoning are controlled by us, and that's how we're going to build the consistency as we move forward.
Don't you think, though, that has made you a better company doing it the way you did it? Where, you had the vision and build on that vision, and then finally you retail that vision.
A lot of companies do it backwards.
Yeah, I know where you're going with it.
Yeah, a lot of companies open their first store and figure out the menu.
Right. Yeah, figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We reversed. We figured
Yeah.
out.
Well, that's it's interesting because in dealing with investor relations, as Mike and I have over a multitude of years, the companies that get into trouble are the companies that start with the idea and they say, well, we'll build into it, as opposed to building what's necessary and growing into it. one way, you're always playing catch-up. You're always being reactive. And so planning becomes a very serious issue. These guys have built the company the way they want to build it, and they moved towards that end. And it's not a matter of playing catch-up. It's a matter of being proactive and knowing what you want to do and having a specific set of standards, you know, and, I mean, it works out dramatically better.
To follow up on you, the basic exists, and to enhance our vision moving forward, the fast, casual, healthy, we brought in Dr. Paul Allen to help us really create more menu items, more calorie conscious into the process. Yes, we create the basic menu, but we need the help along the way. And definitely when we build this, is really we're bringing in top quality folks to help us, not just keeping our menu alive, organ menu fresh, is really focus on the health aspect of the menu moving into next centuries.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting you brought in an endocrinologist to, help you on that menu side as well. He's on the board.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and that's I think it's phenomenal. Of course, he's at for folks who want to look him up, he's at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine, so you can find him right there. Now, you are going to be. Are you open or going to be open right by the University of Miami?
We're looking probably to close by the end of this month on that location.
Okay.
And
Charles loves that since he's a U of M grad.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah,
the only one in Boston, I might add, Charles. I got to admit that.
But Charles,
you should go to a BC Miami game once in a while, and you'll see how unpopular you can be.
Yes, I would imagine.
I'm not wearing any shirts to that game. The only shirt I'm wearing is GRILLiT shirt.
There you go. There you go.
Really, we were very, very fortunate. I'm going to take it back to the franchise aspect of it. Basically, what we have done with our basic menu, moving it from, from a simple grill to executive chef to amazing chef in Orlando, really helping us create the vision for just not franchise locally, but internationally. I mean, domestically, but internationally. And that's really what the vision. We only have 9 markets sold. We're looking for the rest of the country for a master franchise. And we have system in place, we have really menu in place, and we really create a vision to help people looking into the health aspect of the fast casual concept. We're very unique and the only or few player in the Latin Caribbean fusion arena.
It was interesting you talked about the whole natural aspect of all this. I remember a news story several years ago that I think it was McDonald's was talking about trying to franchise inside Cleveland Clinic, and they wouldn't let them in. But I mean, for say major hospitals like a Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, even the one here in Jacksonville, and say Cleveland Clinic, this menu is right up their alley. When you're talking all natural.
It's amazing. We have been approached by a few folks because of the nature of our menu. We really the reason we created we call it non-traditional concept, 400 square feet. Basically, it fits hospital, universities, and plaza as well as the airports. People irrelevant of their age, they're really looking for health food.
Right.
And we fit right in that right in there.
Sure.
In that area.
Yeah. Mike, have you got some questions?
Well, I think it's fantastic. We're looking here in Vegas. It's perfect for Las Vegas. We have a location right next to a Gold's Gym. It should be very, and there are a lot of parking facilities.
Okay, there you go. Well, see, that would be about the that would be about the only thing that is that is healthy in Las Vegas would be the GRILLiT.
And all of the casinos, all the casinos have food courts.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
For for people who don't want to sit down for $30 or $40 a person dinner, which is still reasonable in Las Vegas, but it still isn't everybody's budget.
Right.
And so you're talking about limited space with a great menu. I mean, you really can't ask for much more than that. Guzzi, I have a question for you. What is the when you talk about a master franchise, what does that entail? I mean, is that somebody takes a geographic location and then everybody in that location is under them, or how does it actually work?
Good question.
Great question. You know what? Before I answer that question, I'm gonna let Ruben just follow up on the gym aspect of it and the relationship we just created in Pembroke Pine, and then I'll take the master franchise piece of it as development piece.
Well, as you guys are aware, you have all these CrossFit, the gyms and fitness. When we open in Pines, there's a lot of them around there. I have one of the main players came up to me. He loved the food first time there, walked him through. We're doing functions with him and on Saturday, October 26th, as to the CrossFit team, as to introduce her to our food. Actually, he came to me and asked us to be there with him and be part of it, only because he loved the food. He wants to get all his trainers and trainees involved, and people eating there, because this fits right up their alley. So we're excited about that. Furthermore, what you said about Las Vegas and food courts, the beauty of this food here, and I'm a little prejudiced, is the recipe comes from my heart. But this is quick service prices, but you're getting full service quality of food. I mean, this is really amazing.
Anyway, in Gaza, you had mentioned something about a statistic. The last time you were on, it just blew my mind about how you laid all this stuff out for the time that a person can spend at lunch eating.
Yes, we statistically speaking, is people will have almost between 26 to 29 minutes by the time they leave their office, the time to come to and eat their food.
Okay.
So we're one of the few concepts, I think, by the time you get in and you get out within less than 3 minutes. The reason being there is basically you enjoy your meal. You love what you eat, and we want you to enjoy our really concept and atmosphere. And that's where the experience comes. Not just the food, is the sitting there and seeing the folks going through and eating, and the experience, especially in our Airpark location, as well as Pembroke Pine location. So that's where we feel is the experience comes in. Beside the timing, our accuracy of our order, our customer really pinpoint or said, give me this, give me this, give me this. Really, the accuracy of our order, which is a lot of concept really have problem with, is the accuracy. We accomplish practically 100% accuracy because the customer really is not saying what he wants, it's pointing to what he wants.
Sure.
Not only pointing, but he sees it as he's doing it, so he can add at an instance that he forgot something, and then when you give it to him, he's physically been seeing you doing it fresh in front of him, so he's when he gets it, there's really no doubt that he's got what you order.
That's great.
And basically, it's not just a small portion. We are very generous with our portions.
This bowl is huge. Yeah.
Anyway, I want to circle back to master franchise and franchise. So, basically, what the vision we had in mind is really create the basics. The basics is the processes, the concept, duplication, consistency across the country. And that's how we create a franchise system. And we do feel we have a strong base to create a franchise system. The master franchise is by a territory. either a county or geographic kind of territory for X amount. And he's responsible to really control that area, basically build it up. He will sign a contract to develop to a bunch of stores per year. And basically he will commit to a development program, and the company will work with them to help them accomplish what they do. Beside our master franchise will be responsible for operation, ongoing operation process. Will step in and help them to do whatever process he have to be put in place. Basically, business review, compliance, opening restaurant, whatever it is, it's our responsibility to help him to go on a stronger ground. Even though they might come back from completely different ground from a restaurant business, but we're looking for investors where we can walk them through a master program piece of the business. I hope I answered your question, Charles.
Yeah, does that
Absolutely.
answer? Okay. Yeah. Michael?
No, I think it's badly needed is a fast food health conscious service like this. This is excellent.
Well, and the question I have, and I know you can't get, you don't want to delve into exact dollars and cents, but I mean, somebody's talking about, okay, I want to buy one of the big four sites, and it's like, what, $450,000 for a franchise or something like that. I mean, obviously the territories are not going for huge dollars right now. Is that correct? Or is that an improper question? I don't know. I've never been on this side of it before.
I'm not walking into that one right now.
Okay. No.
But anyway, I'm glad you mentioned it.
It's a very naive question. I know.
No.
Yeah.
Basically, our restaurant, our restaurant cost return on investment, if an existing restaurant is basically around, we said in our franchise disclosure documents, about $175,000 for conversion of existing restaurant to a brand new store, which is basically about $350,000. This is really without any landlord contributions. Most of new restaurants where landlords are very aggressive and as well as very generous to help a new business to come in their center, and especially into when they see the vision of GRILLiT. GRILLiT really a very, very unique concept. It steps into an area where not a lot of players in there. Of course, Mexican grill, the most of the world, and every other, the payway of the world, they're into that arena. We're very, very unique. Our Latin Caribbean fusion concept, very, very few player, and very, very few player, I would say, I don't want to say, I'm prejudiced, but or have the vision we have. We really do have the vision. We spend, our investors and our shareholder invested a lot of money into creating what we have. Really, this is very important piece of of what we're talking about. We spent a lot of money from 2010 till today to create this thing.
Sure.
And we believe we create something that it's for the ages. Basically eat better, live better, and really the age factor is non-existent because the kids are 8 or 9 years old and the folks are 60, 70, 80, and 90 are eating healthier. So we have no really age limit. We're a health concept. We really want to focus on what folks are eating and want to help them eat better. Again, hopefully soon we'll be able to say we're MSG free, and most important, 90% today. I can claim this. We're probably 90% of our menu 85% of our menu products are gluten free, and that's really a fact today. But the rest of it is just need to be, identified by our vendors and distributors.
How does somebody invest in this company? Obviously, you're on the OTC, and
Yes.
it's GRLT. Is that it?
Yes, GRLT.
Yep.
It's We've been, of course, on a pink sheet or over OTC, over the counter, as everybody is aware of it. And you need to call your, I guess, investor or your broker
Yep.
to get some information. But anyway, if you need any more information, you can go to www.GRILLitinc.com, where you have all the information and about not just our concept, our menu, as well as our portfolios, or concept and of stocks.
And one thing that I want to mention, as I have found fault with a lot of these smaller companies, this is not a company that you have to pay up to buy. The spread in the stock is really kind of minimal. It's $1.35 bid, offered at $1.38. The last trade is $1.38. So, it's not like some of these stocks that it costs you, a dime or 12 cents or, a big percent in the spread between the bid and the ask. The stock has, decent liquidity, and, you're not going to get taken to the cleaners here just, trying to buy stock.
Yeah, it sounds amazing, but I think for someone who is thinking of being a franchisee, I would think this would just have to be something.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow up of being a multiple franchisee or master franchisee. Really, this is the concept you need to be in, and definitely you can go to our website, give us the basic information, and we'll get back with you. That's really our future. Just to kind of mention, our goal is to open about 20 corporate stores in the next 5 years. And we already have on the books commitment from our 9 markets, our master franchisee, for over 58 restaurants next 5 years. So we might be like a few stores today, but we're really going to be the concept of the future, especially with our vision, our menu, our niche, and of course what we have on the books today.
And we should tell the folks your background has been quite a successful one, to say the least, in a pizza chain at one point in time.
Yes, to have, of course, not just myself, but all the rest of folks in my company. I've been with Little Caesars for years and years. Besides owning 34 restaurants myself, my family owned well over 74 restaurants. My brothers and my brother-in-law, and the Northeast, of course, from Cleveland to Buffalo to Albany, New York, and Vermont. Some of my brothers and still in the business. I'm not with Little Caesars. I joined Quiznos for a few years, for about 9 years. Get out a little bit early, and I consult for a couple other firms in South Florida. I've learned the market. I understand the market. I've been in the, beside being a student of engineering student of University of Michigan, UM of Wolverine.
Wait a minute. Are you serious?
Yes, I am.
You went from engineering to this. Okay.
Yeah, I never worked an engineering day in my life. All been in the food business, food engineering, basically.
Well, yeah, sure, it works.
So,
it
and
works.
that's really where really we feel the future of our concept. GRLT, GRILLiT, is really, we really do believe, of course, our partners, our founders, and our investors, see the value in this concept.
You need to sell this just to your family if you've got that many relatives in the food business.
I do. They're already an investor. What you were talking about. They're knee deep into this thing.
Yes, Charles.
Most importantly, Greg has tried it, and it says it tastes good.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, it's very light. I've never had steak like this, to be honest with you. It's they've got it. Yeah, they have got it. There's no doubt about it. And I've only tasted one of the dishes here, so it's it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Well, Charles, you scout out the Northeast for him.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, you put it on. Yeah, I could see one of these on Cape Cod. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, you and I will go visit there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll take a few of those trips with you. Yeah, I can think of all sorts of places. You know, I mean, you look at, say, a Newport, Rhode Island or something like that, San Francisco. This, I think, would just take off like a rocket.
Yeah, you know, we brought the studio basically a lot of product. Basically, I don't know if you can see in the camera, we have yellow rice and chicken. We have brown rice, of course, and steak, as well as noodle, steak, chicken, our sauces, of course, our, you know, lettuce, tomato, and cheeses. And beside all that, we had very, very great product, our signature salads and our cool wraps out of this world. And,
So
you know.
Greg won't have to spend any money on food for a couple of
No,
days.
I will not. No.
You better have a big freezer.
That's that's right. Oh my goodness, we'll be eating this for the next couple of weeks. This is amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing.
That's
Now,
unbelievable.
yeah, it is.
I'd like to see a menu.
Well, actually, you know what? We can photograph this and
also go to the website.
email it. Actually, we'll email this to you, Mike.
And the menu is on the website.
It is on the website.
Oh, there you go.
It's on the website, and most important, our catering menu on the website. Our business, we do a lot of business with catering. You know, pharmaceutical companies, you know, small event, big event, of course, being in South Florida with the, you know, Dolphin, of course, with the Heat, as well as, you know, the hockey teams. We really do a lot of business with, you know, with catering for, you know, even as little as 5 or 10 people with a birthday.
There you go.
So really, we're into that arena, and our location at Blue Lagoon in Miami, we you know, we do cater for a lot of hotels in that area as well as a lot of companies. So definitely we have an extensive catering menu, and we have contact information for everybody who's really want that kind of business. So we're geared up, not just our regular menu catering, and we do have delivery service as well.
Funny you mentioned the Miami Heat. WPSL has just signed a contract with the Miami Heat, first time ever on the Treasure Coast. So
That's great.
Yeah, they're a fun organization. Well,
How much training is needed for cooks to be
good
able to make this
question,
product?
Mike.
How much?
Great question. We really do have programs where we have actually our store going to open in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, in October, third week of October. We require every manager to come to Miami to at least 3 to 4 weeks, as well as the main cook for another 3 weeks. We want to make sure they're consistent of the product. And we really have extensive training program, of course, Ruben and the manager created to maintain that product, that the integrity of the training programs.
What I was impressed with too, Ruben, is the fact that, you know, Ghazi and you were mentioning about the executive chefs. Our son-in-law is an executive chef, so I kind of know a little bit about that. But the fact that you had someone contributing from Orlando, and I presume a ton of folks in the Miami area and Tampa, just to get you where you are now, I think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
No, it is, and the beauty of that is the compliment from coming from them. Well, you know, the title of executive chef, being blown away by our, you know, the product and the recipes and the ingredients. They had a good time playing with our recipes, and like I said, the beauty of it, they just didn't stray away from it because they thought it was great. They just you know, introduced new dishes for the product we already had.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
what Ruben, to follow up on Ruben, is basically we're moving into the Latin Caribbean fusion product, and that's what's really our vision. And we were, you know, when we started this thing, we're up like 10%, and we're well almost half about half of our menu into that arena. So we're really one of the few players for our, you know, investors and the folks are want to, you know, franchise. We're probably one of the few players in that arena, and that's opened a lot of doors for everyone.
When you started lining this up in 2011, are you where you thought you would be now in 2013?
If you look at our 2011 menu, you think this guy came from United Nations. We had we had a vision. Of course, Ruben had the vision. I have my vision. Our investor has his vision. We have, like a continent of three folks coming from Asia, from Africa,
Hey,
from
that works.
From America,
Sure.
is combining. And we really at some point we decided this is really the future, and the future is what we feel is today, the Latin Caribbean fusion, and that's the direction we are taking.
Well, speaking of the UN, you can open one of these in the UN building. I mean, that's piece of cake,
First
right?
Avenue and 60th Street.
Charles, you can arrange that. That's a piece of cake.
Okay.
That's it.
But, you think about it, and, everybody talks about Obama and how he won the election. A great deal of this is based on a tremendously growing demographic. And so the growth potential in a company like this, at this point in time, at this stage of its development, is really exceptional. I mean, you just look at statistics and for demographics.
Oh, yeah.
And this hits exactly where the growth is.
Well, and even if you're looking at like the folks across the hall, our Mexican American, and this even hits them. I mean, it's got a little of everything in here, and I just think that the prospects, internationally, I think are going to be phenomenal for you guys. I really do.
Well, it's amazing. I mean, we built the basics for a huge company, and we feel fortunate to be exactly where we're at today. Thanks for all our investors. Thanks for you guys for being part of our, exposing this concept to a lot of folks, and we really appreciate your contribution, and we really do feel this concept is the way to go. Eat better, live better.
Sure.
And then we're right in there in that
Sure.
category.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I think it's phenomenal. Charles, any more questions? We have two. God, I can't believe we have 2 minutes left.
I don't have any more questions, but I want to remind people that once the show is completed, they'll be available. We're gonna give Ghazi and Ruben a link that they can put on their website,
Sure.
so people can go back and see it and see the food and hear the interview all over again.
Although we'll put it up on our website, but we may go pay-per-view on this one. That's
okay.
Or smell-o-vision. I'm not sure how we can work that, but
Everybody's got to make a buck, Greg.
This has been wild, to say the least. Mike, any other questions for guys?
Can any of the food be shipped where people can taste it?
Mike, it will be a lot easier to ship you here than shipping to Vegas.
That's right. Yeah, we'll FedEx it out to you, Mike.
I'd like to try it. I can't wait to try it. I got to come out there just to try it.
There you go. Hey, well
Mike, you want to handle the 17B?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
17B.
Yeah. The Rule 17B. That I believe we were paid shares. I don't remember how many. Some shares of stock for our work here. And we're very grateful for that and want to be part of the company.
All right. Well, Michael, thank you very much. Charles, thank you. Ghazi, Ruben, thank you so much for being here. And the most unique ever money info show ever here on WPSL and worldwide, WPSLTV.com. This is WPSL, Port St. Lucie.